Let's just teleport straight over to Thavnair. And then we'll continue on with MSQ. Alright, guys. We're going to check out these alchemists, right? Be thou assured that I am quite recovered. Lassie's truly a boon of unruly stomachs. It is truly so amusing to see my hair bound. 'Tis how I used to wear it, a functional fashion. I mean, all the ladies are happy about it, I'm sure of that. Perhaps you were confused by how you found me following Nidhogg's demise. It had fallen loose after the chur surgeons. I don't remember how you're supposed to pronounce that. Removed me from my armor and put me in bed. I simply decided to leave it that way for a time, seeing as I would not don the Azure Dragoon's helmet again. Sure, Estinian, sure. On low tide, his stomach behaving once more, Thancred is ready to get to work. Right, let's split up and make inquiries in town. Brilliant, the pier is yours. As usual, gonna ask around town, learn from the locals, see what we can find out. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the Aetheryte. Off-putting, though the mere sight of it may be. Well, let's go check out the pier. See what we can find out. I kind of am trying to make a joke about us always going around asking around town, but like that's kind of the normal thing to do in this case. I don't know why we're looking through a crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left too long. That makes me think that they're having trouble getting customers or travelers, like people aren't coming around here as often as they used to. Well now, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. The water looks great. At least the color, I mean. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Narunair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us, only the gods know. Yeah, that's what I thought. Figures that the tower is preventing trade, which is why they're charging everything at an exorbitant price. Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. What about you, bud? What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could have been worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kazel. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kazel a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him in the Saltwind Sails, the Harbor Guild building across the water from here. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and talk to him. Yeah, that building there, right? Okay, Kalzal. What have you got for us? The Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't going to help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's the tower sitting on our doorstep, spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defense, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. But this will be an enormous loss. Alright. Forget about the Dalmascans. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicine, all the penuel. Punish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kalzal. I do. Which is why I regret to say that I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled for indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant. Please tell me you're a merchant. No. Stoic head shake. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me. Well, my name is Matsuya, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later, then. Stoic shrug. Well, I guess Kalzal's not going to be that helpful at the moment. Apparently we're... Oh yeah, let's go talk to that guy. What did he want Kalzal for? Yes, can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back at the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, didn't you? I am Matsuya, a fisherman of Alkia, a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to the foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. I get the feeling that this guy's being ripped off. A fisherman's friend. Matsuya regards you nervously. If I may ask, what is it that you do? Save the world, the universe, all, normal stuff. An adventurer, you say? And you travel the world helping people? Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me like you do, to be like you? Yeah, please, I would like to know more. You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. The problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've ever only dealt with Kalzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. Are they trying to reference their player base? So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead, and show me how it's done? Do I get a cut? If you're willing, please let me know, and we can begin at once. The events of the following cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Well, we're doing MSQs, so we don't have to worry about that. You'll do it then. Show me how you deal with customers. I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling fish to, shall we say, 3 people here in... How do you pronounce this? Yedlamahad? Yedilmod. Yedlimod. Yedlimod, sure. I will observe and learn. Matsuya is now accompanying you. Keep him by your side. Pursue your objective. Leave him behind. Talk to him. Back to your original location. Okay. Oops, wrong button. Hello there, sir. Would you care for some fresh fish? Yes. Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, fresh straight from the sea bosom to your mouth. Great friend, how fare you of late? Greetings, friend. Greetings to you too. I suppose I'm well enough, given the circumstances. Things have settled down somewhat, but it was utter chaos when the tower first appeared. Everyone grabbing whatever they could, trampling over each other to get to the city. Many remain there for now, but I could not stay away. Had to come back, continue with my life such as it is. Whether or not it was the right choice, only time will tell. It's too risky out here. Maybe you ought to move to the city too. Don't place like home, but don't do anything dangerous, eh? Try that. Oh, trust me, I don't. I make sure to keep well clear of the tower, and when more monsters emerge from it, I heed the Radiant Host's instructions. I hope they deal with it soon, so we can get back to our normal lives, to the days when we could earn as much as you gave, and tuck into a meal satisfied that you did good work. Speaking of meals, why not have some fresh fish today? Those days will come again before you know it. Fresh fish you say? Oh, you're a fishmonger. When the bait be like that, how can I not bite? Very well, give me some of your fish. Thank you for your custom. The catch today is Shallow's cod, delectable stewed in coconut milk or baked with a sprinkle of salt. You succeed in making the sale. It's really funny, one of the books I read, I guess it wasn't recently anymore, it was several months ago, like 6 months ago, was a book on negotiation, and basically what we were doing there is pretty darn close to what he described in the book. Or at least some of the technique we used there. Just to get getting friendly with the customer, and then dropping the sales pitch on him. See if we can do the same thing with this one. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some Omra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Omra Shamra, nope, don't do that. What do you need so many Omra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late, I go through that much in no time at all. I'm a stock taker by trade, but with no vessel coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that, and this and that. All of it wears me down, and I feel myself constantly hungry. Are you sure you're actually hungry? I know how you feel, man. Yeah, you gotta empathize with them. Thank you. A pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took me my mind. Oops, Oops. Never mind. It's nothing else. You left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north. Yeah, I accidentally closed the conversation there. I waited too long to strike. Oh, let's try again. I need to make sure that the questions and answers I give will actually lead to additional conversation. Oh, there's Urianji. Let's see what he has to say. It is a storehouse like any other at first glance, yet in contrast to its scale, there is a distinct lack of activity. Alright, let's try this guy. I expected there to be three conversation points on that, but there were only two. What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh gods, my stomach! Ugh. Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. You should take it easier. Eat more slowly, savor your food. Would that if I could, but I can't afford to be idle. Like as not. Circumstances will surely get worse before they get better. And so I've been working as hard as I can while I still can, the better to be prepared. What an industrious young man you are. How do you intend to prepare? By stockpiling supplies. For that, I need to earn coins so I can buy food, medicine, and what have you. How about some fresh fish supplies? They're fresh caught. Oh, do we have anything suitable? Yeah, this one could lead into either one of these are correct. Let's try that one, see if I can get him to do it. Oh, we do have some dried products too. Thavnair cucumber and puff pie of fish. They're the last of the batch, so if you're interested, you can have them on discount. Right, because he's stockpiling, we didn't want to give him anything fresh, because then it'll just go bad. Truly, by all means, I'll take them all. You succeed in making a sale. You remembered what I told you earlier, that I preserve what I catch, which serves to show the importance of being attentive. Thank you very much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. That was fun. Let's head back to the pier and figure out why this person is relevant. Oh, well, first we got to see how much more gil Estinian is losing. Seeing as these dried fish, I wondered if it would be dried squid as well. Estinian, are you supposed to be looking for something a little more relevant? Matsia, that's his name. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. You managed to sell to 2 of the 3 people you approached. Adventurers do indeed have great conversational skills. Watching you at work was very enlightening. By applying the lessons I've learned, I hope to one day peddle as well as you. Stoic nod. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kazal soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Matsia? Kazal, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me. Try as I might, I can't find any buyers. With no ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options, at this rate. So, you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Matsia. I truly am. But for now, you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I've friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters are my witness. Kazal. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage. Somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. I suspect we're going to end up getting to his village at some point, because I know they end up being one of the beast tribes that you do for tribal quests. Anyway, we learned a lot about the market situation of this place. Let's go ahead and meet back up with everyone and tell them what we found. We'll see what else they found and see how much gil Estinian lost. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size, the tower's impact upon the people's lives doth appear more pronounced than here in Eorzea. There you are. Gotten over your aether sickness, have you? I see you have been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are most certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their helpless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telephoroi. Helping a struggling fisherman you've only just met to peddle his catch. Yes, you would do something like that. Reminds me of the Dark Knight story. In a phrase just like, why do you keep helping people? They never help you. Mayhap, owing to the island's small size. Yeah, we read that. So what's that blue quest? Stepchild. Let me look that up real quick, just to make sure it's not... Let me make sure that's not a Aether Current quest. Let's say one... Endwalker. Nope, not that place. Thavnair. Yeah, Stepchild is one of them. Okay. So I'll pick that up and see if we can do it on the way. But first, we're gonna talk to Stinian and pick up MSQ. House of Divinities. Judging by his furrowed brow, something important has occurred to Stinian. That Matzia fellow who we're helping. He's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently, 'tis almost exclusively his people that have been kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? Good point. If summoning is the perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Achiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Okay, let me go ahead and pick up this blue quest. See if we can do it on the way. As with the Shadowbringers MSQ, I'm going to try and do all the Aether Currents as we go along. So that I can unlock the... so that I can unlock flying as soon as possible. Stepchild. Ogul is looking around in trepidation. Why are there Matanga everywhere? Has this town fallen? What? Oh, your face. It is known to me. You were the warrior who fought for the mole. Wait. I mean, it was Step. So I guess... Oh, right. These are the purple blue horns are the people in the Azim Steppe. I am Ogul of the Catherine. It was your bravery and skill which inspired me to embark upon my own hero's journey. Yet now I have foolishly blundered into the den of Matanga. Why do these others walk without fear? Do they not care if they are slaughtered? These Matanga are not like those of the Azim Steppe. Right. I guess there were like elephant creatures? I do not doubt your word, but grandmother would always warn me. If you encounter a Matanga, you turn your tail and flee, as fast and far as you can. Her tales were awful and bloody, and so now, the very sight of them, the terrors rise unbidden. No, I cannot stay here. I must earn enough coin to buy passage from this nightmare island as soon as possible. I beg you, stay at my side for a time, just until I meet this Kankana person the sailors told me about. She is said to have work that pays a fair wage, so I'll see what she has for me. Okay. You just said stay by your side, but then you run off. Pretty hard to, stay by your side if you teleport and disappear. Oh, let's go ahead and see if we can help this person out. Is it inside the storehouse? Yeah, there she is. Of course, it's one of the elephant people. The Dusk Mother. No one told me Kakana was a Matanga. Could I ask you to speak with her in my stead? I mean, I get it, but you need to learn this. Welcome to Yedlamad. I keep pronouncing this wrong. Yedlamad. Traveler, I am Kakana, and it is my job to assign the right work to the right workers. Mind I have your name? Brilliant, and Ogle, was it? Let me jot those down. Oh, grandmother, why? Why did you have to be a Matanga? Is your companion quite alright? Ah, an understandable reaction. The Gachasura tribe have done much to stain the reputation of our people. You are looking for work, though, yes? Many have been forced to take what they can get since troubles began, so I'm afraid all the simple jobs are gone. As for what's left, I only have tasks fit for seasoned fighters. Well, I mean, I'm your person. Does that sound like something you can do? Fighting? I can fight. Lest you doubt, my skills is likened to that of the Dragonbane, the legendary Chakazo herself. I'm not familiar with the name, but you sound formidable indeed. Why don't we start you out with an escort duty then? A group of artisans set off to harvest materials and asked that I send my prospective protectors their way should I happen to enlist any. What? They already set off? Is our duty not to escort them? There is to be a ritual dance performed in Katja's footsteps. You'll need incense and costumes for dancers and such. The entire thing was decided rather suddenly, so there was no time to waste. And, these artisans you speak of, do they also include Matanga in their number? It was an Arkasodra who submitted the request. I hope that it won't be a problem. None at all. I look forward to fainting at the feet of most feared enemy. Yes. Brilliant. I cannot do this alone. Pray lend me the strength of the victor of Nadam, and half the reward for this task will be yours. Okay. The artisans didn't plan to venture far. Leave Yedlaman to the west, and you should soon come across your employer. Then this is where we shall meet. You'll find me there, yes? Okay, girl, you're gonna need to get over your fears. Of course. And of course the master artisan is one of them. Ah, you must be our belated escort, yes? Oops, I meant to talk to the one that wasn't the quest objective. Oh well. Glad to have such courageous, is your companion not well? She seems a touch shaky. Of course. I should have thought of that before. I shall harvest the necessary ingredients while the artisans stay here. That way, I have no need to fear, being harmed. Perfect. Oh, goal. I must say, this is less than ideal. My people are already scattered across the wilds, and I wanted some to roam around and ensure they were safe from attack. Is your friend perhaps frightened of Arkasodara? Arkasodara. Sure. I've met such travels before. Well, no matter. If you could patrol the areas as I asked, I must attend to my own harvesting. Ogle has run off into the wilds alone. Keep an eye out for her as you continue your patrol. Well, okay. I mean, if they're like full-on elephants here, I guess I can understand why she's scared. Oh. Time to do some poaching. There we go. It's nice having 2 casts of jump, or this jump. Tusks, trusks, bone-crushing feet. You must think me foolish. I was so absorbed in my task that I failed to notice the ground shaking at their approach. Still, my entries are light, and my satchel is full. Thanks to you, I think I can make it back to town in time to meet the others. What happened? Did you slay the beast? That was a near thing. I took the first one by surprise, but the second, knowing a matanga stood at my back, my mind froze and my bodies refused to obey. Grandmother taught me we should let fear wash over us like water, but to my shame, we should... What? We should let fear wash over... What? Shouldn't it be not let fear wash over us? Whatever. But to my shame, I could not have failed her more thoroughly. Not to sound ungrateful, Berlian. But why did you follow me? Because I knew you'd mess up. We were to patrol? Forgive me, I should have waited for orders, instead of running off alone and putting lives in peril. Come, we should return to our employer. I want to be sure that the wounded man reached safety. What a pain. Deep breaths. Let it wash over you. My colleague told me of his rescue. Although we had hoped for an escort from the start, imagine you hadn't come along at all. I've sent him and the others back to our workshop, so consider your duty with us complete. You have my thanks. As for your payment, that can be collected from Konkana. Right, I suppose we report to Konkana then. Hey, you're really... If you're going to be here for any extended period of time, you're going to need to get over your fear of these elephant people. Oh, Kakana. Ogul's still scared. I had no troubles in Domo or Kagane. I assure you, this is different. Ah, there you are. Your employer expressed satisfaction with your work, so congratulations on a job well done. As a response to the recent chaos, the upcoming ritual was hastily planned, to say the least. As a consequence, the artisans have been hard-pressed to make everything ready. But when times are hard, the people of Thavnair rely on such traditions to renew their faith and bolster their hearts with the teachings of the divine. The death of an artisan would have thrown the whole thing into disarray, and thus your rescue was timely indeed. Please, accept your payment, half each, as agreed upon. Are you interested in further work? I may have something for you. If so... Okay, this one's, I think that might be to unlock the tribal quests. Oh well, I'll come back to that later. Go ahead and continue MSQ now. Looked like there was a sparkly spot outside town to meet up with everyone. You do not see Matsia nearby, but the elevated ground up ahead may provide you a better vantage point. Okay. That's right, we were looking for Mattia because we thought he might be in danger. Yeah, need to head up there. Alright, let's see if we can see Matsia from here. You do not see Matsia from here either. No, leave me alone. Help! Somebody help! Matsia's voice, and it came from the north. Oh, let's go help him. See if we can find him. Well, let's see what's wrong. Ah, okay. Yep, these are the Garlean soldiers. Of course they have to stun me. Okay, Matsuya, don't worry. You're safe. Huh? Where did they go? Why are you here? I see you found him in time. You and your friends came to look for me? I don't know how to thank you. On my way home, I took a moment to stop and rest. Think about what to do about, well, everything. And then those men came. Kidnappers. We've heard that Arkasodara were being targeted. Surely you have as well. Perhaps it's best you took refuge in the city. We've considered it, me and the others, but fishing is all we know, and the ocean all we have. I see. That's your decision to make, but you should take care not to travel alone. Question, if I may. 'Tis our understanding that the strange fiends have emerged from the tower. What canst thou tell us of these beings? Not much, I'm afraid. I have no idea what they are. But I've heard that some bear an unsettling resemblance to our divinities. For that reason, some have taken to calling it the Tower Zot. House of Divinities, in our old tongue, it means. But they're not true divinities. They're monstrous imitations that bring only death. To have one's faith so twisted in grievous indignity, and full justified art thou in thine outrage. Know that 'tis is for not our purpose, but to neutralize the tower that we have journeyed to this land. In time we may be forced to contend with these false gods, and thus we would learn all we may about them. Wilt thou not tell us of thy divinities and their true nature? You've come all this way to save us? Really? To think I had you peddling fish? But to answer your question, yes, of course. We would gladly tell you about our gods. We, I say, because I'm a terrible storyteller, and I'd ask my fellow villagers to do it. So please, come to our village. We're good, God-fearing folk, and all of us. All of us. And we'd be honored to share our knowledge and fish. What sayest thou? Shall we pay a visit to Akyali? Wonderful. Just follow the road west down the hill. You can't miss it. So 'tis the simulacra of Thavnairian gods that are being summoned. If any doubt existed before, there can be none now. The kidnapped Harnish are imprisoned in the tower. I pray that we will be able to save them. Though indeed, saving them will mean confronting their false gods, like as not. Aye, as you said, we do well to study their religious traditions, to Akyali. So why is the Aetheryte over there like one of the Charlian Aetherytes? Did they build that one? Let's head over to Yaktali. Is that what it was? I don't remember. Akyali. Alright, let's see what these, well, first let's talk to Uriandre. See what he has to say. Familiar though I am with the myths and legends of this land, to hear them spoken by heirs to the storied heritage giveth them new life. See Thancred over here too. A charming little village. Shame about the hideous tower. mark you that platform out there on the water. Some manner of shrine, perhaps. Well, Matsya, who's going to be telling us these stories? Welcome to Akia, my friend. The name means white beach, and there isn't much here save that. But please, make yourself at home. Your companions have already begun talking to everyone. Feel free to show yourself around and do the same. Any one of us can tell you about our gods, but you could do worse than to start with the Konga and old Hasyava. Hasveda. They're free at the moment, as it happens. Oh, right. Okay, Konga, what can you tell me? You wish to know about our gods. What curious visitor you are. Most want fish. In any case, I'm happy to oblige. Now, I don't know how it is whence you hail, but our isle is home to many gods. They can be divided into two groups. The Munusia, beings of wisdom who assume the form of men, and Murga, beings of might who assume the form of beasts. Together, they are divinities, their forms and personalities many and varied. Some are kind and gentle, others stern and temperamental, just like we mortals can be. All are possessed of great insight and experience, and by heeding their teachings, we strive to be better people and live better lives. I mean, that's like every other religion. Interested in learning about our gods, you say? That's what I like to hear. Prick up your ears then and listen. Well, I am a Viera. In ancient times, the Mansuya and the Murga, deities who look like men and beasts respectively, were locked in conflict. Eventually, seeking the wisdom of the Manusyu, the Murga cast aside their own heads and took up those of their foes. Likewise, the Manusya coveted the might of the Murga, and so they too resolved to trade heads. Thus were born new gods possessed of both might and wisdom, and they ushered in an age of harmony between the two factions. From there on, as a sign of their esteem for one another, the Manusya have worn animal faces, and the Murga the limbs of men. That sounds like you get some pretty messed up depictions of these gods. There you are. Learned a thing or two about our gods, I trust. While you were off talking to others, I remembered something that may be of interest. If you could let your friends know, I'll go fetch it from my home at once. Apologies for the wait. I wish to show you this hanging scroll which depicts three of our most revered deities. By all means, we should like to see it. Oh my. They are Manusya. You heard about them already, yes? Three sisters. The center one is the eldest, Sinduruva, a goddess of wisdom. For this, alchemists hold her in the highest. To her right is the middle sister, Sanduruva. As a goddess of wealth, she counts many traders among her followers. And on the left is Mindaruva, the youngest sibling. She presides over crafts, and so is beloved by weavers. Although each is worshipped for different reasons, the sisters are usually portrayed together in these works, which people keep in their homes for good fortune. In like fashion, the Matsuyu, the deities of Eorzea, preside over a myriad aspects of life. And what of the Murga, if I may ask? The Murga hold power over nature. In ages past, they were revered as guardian deities in times of conflict. If you have the occasion to visit our temples and ruins, you'll find their images there. Among them is a god who possesses a Gaja's head, and he is venerated as the progenitor of the Arkasudara. Interesting. And then there are dragons, and then Estinian's ears pop up. They occupy a special place in our history. Yep. You worship dragons, too. It is said that an ancestor of the satrap, that's the ruler of Radzad Han, forced a convent with a dragon divinity in ancient times. This divinity has since acted as a guardian deity to the satrap. Legend holds that, if ever the satrap is in need, his dragon ally will fly to his aid. Dragon ally. You claim to be a terrible storyteller, but nothing could be further from the truth. The passion you bear for your faith is plain to hear. I'm confident that the information you've given us will serve us well in our efforts to deal with the tower. That is very kind of you to say. Thank you. I will pray for your success. Right. I believe it's time we sought out Kryle's acquaintance. An alchemist by the name of Nidhana. According to Kryle's notes, we're to find her at a place called the Great Work, further north along the coast. Nice little lore dump there. Like the Matsya and get our next quest. The Great Work. Matsya has a shine in his eyes that it wasn't there before. Did you say you're going to see Nidhana? Oh, how I envy you. She's brilliant and beautiful, kind and understanding. And did you say did I say she's beautiful? Matsya, you're not hiding it very well. Ah, I could stare at her dainty... I could stare at her dainty ears and adorable trunk all day, and those eyes. When you meet her, take care you don't drown in them. Matsya. Okay. Oh, I guess we'll head on over to the Great Work. Looks like this is going to be a little bit of a walk. Oh. Southeast. Okay, good. I forgot I need to be looking for these aether currents. Probably, I think I have the map up here. Yeah, it's on the other side of this rock. Yep, there it is. Next one is... up on the north. Let's see, next one is probably northwest? Northeast, right. Yeah, okay. I'll look for that when we get closer. For whatever reason, I don't know if we're required to do deployments every week, but we ended up doing a deployment on Friday anyway. Despite the fact that it had a bunch of bugs in the code. I don't know why. But at least the manager was like, yeah, this was too big of a change, and I tried to split, That's not good. If there was a battle, there's a copious lack of blood. Unless they're all, like, high. They're totally drugged out, aren't they? In such a manner did we find them. What could have befallen these people? What in the world? I bet it's drugs. Or, like, testing an alchemical substance.
What happened here?
Their dress marks them as alchemists. I see no evidence of injury or poison.
Thinkest thou they but slumber?
I believe so. Whether it is by choice is another question entirely.
Oh, we have guests. You must excuse the poor welcome. Long days and longer nights have taken their toll, as you can see. I am Vashan, servant to the satrap. My task was, in fact, to wake these good men and women, if you will allow. People of the great work, I come bearing new scales.
Scales? We have new scales?
Oh no.
Yes, my friends. Gather round. I have them right here.
Oh, happy day. Now I can continue my experiment.
Many thanks.
One for me.
They all just knocked out because they were exhausted.
Those are dragon scales.
Yes, such materials are vital to their most pressing research.
And we are fortunate to have them. Our experiments are so close to bearing fruit. Soon we will have a talisman capable of nullifying the etheric emissions from that accursed tower.
Really?
Did I say something wrong? Are you not here with Varshan? Wait, who are you people?
Oops.
Of course! You're the one Kryl sent. The warrior of light we've been waiting for.
Oh, this is a day of celebration. Praise be to Cinderova.
The winds have shifted. I feel it. The end to our toil is near.
I feel it too. My head hasn't been this clear in days.
Tell me, how did you acquire those scales?
I was kind of wondering that too. Do they have a dragon around here?
Curious that it concerns you so. But worry not. They were freely given by the dragon with whom our satrap has forged a lawful pact.
That is well.
You must be quite familiar with Dragon King, yes?
Oh no.
Is this their
Oh, no.
congealed blood I see on your weapon?
Oh no. Estinian.
Speaking of dragon blood, you yourself have been infused with it, have you not?
Oh no, he has the attention of the nerds.
I should like to draw a file or...
I knew it.
Now, see here. Come along, come along. I must insist that you visit our laboratory.
It's pretty funny. Also, I like their
Cease your shoving, or so
their
help me.
blending of multiple cultures with these people.
Oh dear, your poor companion. What with the new scales and your timely arrival, my colleagues are a little giddy with excitement. No harm will come to him, I promise. Meanwhile, shall we find a quiet place to talk? As you may have guessed, I am Nidana, the alchemist who sent the request to your Mistress Kryl. We have workshops across the nation collaborating on this research project. But it is here, at the Great Work, where I collate our results. Come with me, all of you, and I can explain the crux of the situation.
Yeah, please tell us more. Like, how are you neutralizing temperament? Make sure to make sure to attune to the Aetheryte, and then I think I'll take a quick break. Go attune to the Aetheryte, and we'll take a quick break. I really like how this place looks. It's very colorful.